Yes, yes, yes. Stack and grow. Stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. Yes, the stacking thing going on here. And, you know, what one of the mistakes, by the way, tell me if this sounds better because I didn't have my mic for the first half, but I think this might be better. Let me know. Leave a comment in the thing if I sound louder and clearer to you. So one of the biggest mistake people make after they've had a disappointing experience or they experience disappointment, maybe sometimes, many times, is they assume nothing happened. They assume nothing really counted, nothing really good happened. But that's not true. I said in one of my episode that when I met with my coach and I went through the program, a light bulb came off. I came on, saying came off. A light bulb came on, and what it was the fact that she allowed me to see this thing that I overlooked as not important. She allowed me to see the thing that I thought was not significant. They were actually very significant to my growth, to the actual goal. And many times we make that mistake and thinking that, oh, nothing happened. All right. Sometimes some people, they kept going on for so many years, but because they didn't stop, they end up connecting with something else. But if they had stopped, they might have never connected with the other thing that they probably didn't even see coming. They probably wouldn't even connect with something else that is not working if they had stopped. So even just going and keeping going and keep on going is pivotal to your success. All right. So you're looking at some things that I think is so important to consider. And one thing is consistency. All right. Consistency is a major factor. Are you consistent? Have you started something and just stop and try something else and stop and right? Even though you stopped, you might have had some setbacks. The fact that you kept going and trying different things, that is consistency. Sometimes be consistent is not necessarily the one thing, but you kept on, you never quit. And yeah, someone told me about 5 years ago, say, Keith, I've watched over the last number of years, but something is going to hit. Something's going to, I can't tell what it is, but something's going to hit for you, Keith. I just see it. And yeah, it took years, but yes, but he was right. And so consistency is a very important thing. Also now positioning. Sometimes we don't know how to position ourselves, but sometimes when things come to us or when you're falling in certain things, you can see now, how can I position myself in this? Now, I give an example. On my podcast, on my site in particular, I have some areas that are designed for those who have inquiring minds, right? Those people who are like, you know what? Let me go a little deeper. Let me see what this is about. Let me see what is being offered here. And so they may be scrolling down and say, wait a minute, what's that? That's family protection? What's that about? Ask questions. Family protection, man. I have a family, and protection to me is very important. Let me see what that's about. That's a part of it. All right. And so as you see more, you said to me, how can I position myself in this area? And that's just one part of the network. Someone may be looking for, I need one in HR. HR. Hmm. How could I get to that? Someone could be saying, I need prayer. I need someone to minister to my needs, or someone I can talk to, someone who's spiritual. A lot of times folks don't realize that the spiritual things may seem to be insignificant until there's real trouble, there's real problems. All of a sudden, spirituality makes sense. I remember when 911 happened. For those of you who can remember as well, when 911 happened, I was in college, I was in school when it happened. And I remember that week, 2 or 3 weeks after that, everywhere I went, people were saying hello, good morning, hi. It was like one big family. The churches were packed and crowded. I mean, it was amazing to see how the city had pulled together for that short time. Seems because the disaster brought some awakening in people's mind. You know what? As far as things and how things are down here, maybe something bigger is happening. Maybe something bigger is important. Maybe something more than just what I see around and what I experience is bigger than all of this. So, yes, position is important. Clarity of message. Clarity of message. That's another important one. Now, sometimes you may not be clear on how you want to, I guess, communicate what you're feeling. And again, when I reached out and opened myself to have someone take a peek and look and cover some things that I probably didn't realize, I became clearer in my understanding. And so my message became clearer. And so whatever you're seeing that's manifesting now is because of clarity. And believe me, it doesn't stop there, because it's getting better and better. And as more clarity comes, more things are added, more things are said, more things are done, because that's the idea. It's not to be stagnant because I just had a moment of clarity. It's an ongoing thing as you open yourself. And that's what I found when I opened myself, to say, well, yes, there's more, there's more, there's more. All right. So that's stacking. What I just mentioned to you a while ago: consistency, positioning, clarity of message. That is a part of stacking. All right. Because staying in the game, it changes the odds. When you and I stay in the game and we don't give up, we don't leave and quit, that's the first sign. I heard a great teacher, his name was, I think it was Byron Golden, Byron Golden. And he said, it's funny. He said, for those who have a book, you never know what it will do. You never know how it will sell. And he talked about how his book made so much money. And he said, a lot of us, if we never had a book, then nothing was going to be made. But at least if you make that thing, if you have that product, you never know what it'll do. So at least make it. All right? That's the fighting chance. That's the possibility that you're opening up. Because many of us have stuff buried inside of us that needs to come out. All right? So many people quit. They quit just before transaction shows up, before traction takes forth. They quit before traction, that grit, right? Like, now it's about to turn. Then they quit. So it's important to understand that stacking and growing is something that you don't want to ever despise. And you may want to have someone to show you how you've been stacking and growing. And if you do that, you're going to probably appreciate it a whole lot more if you understand what stacking and growing is.
This moment is for builders, visionaries, and brands with purpose. If you want access, alignment, and momentum, not just motivation, this is your step forward. Join the next level with Keith channel members. Whether you're a freedom chaser, freedom supporter, next level insider, or next level builder, this is where growth gets structure and community becomes currency. And for partners with a mission, we don't just promote brands. We position purpose. Bring your cause, your company, your message, and let's amplify it with intention and impact. Membership opens the door. Partnership expands the reach.
Gospel Foundation International Healing Ministries is a Bible-based ministry. Through worship, prayer, and deliverance, we help individuals find restoration. We equip believers to build stronger families and healthier communities. Footprints of Faith Radio shares real stories of healing and hope. Bible Talk for Children helps kids develop strong moral foundations. Apply for sponsored digital advancement support for growing your reach. Your support makes this possible. We're aiming for a $500 monthly goal. Support, partner, or give today at gfihministries.org/give.
If today's episode spoke to you, it's because you're ready. Ready for your money to work for you. Ready for practical steps, not just motivation. Ready for faith-led financial freedom. Ready to build stability, peace, and confidence for your family. You're not alone on this journey. The Next Level isn't just a podcast. It's a movement toward freedom, one episode at a time. Stay connected. Listen anytime at podcast.keithmerritt.com. Explore the Next Level Movement Hub. Subscribe on YouTube at Keith Merritt. Like, share, comment. Your engagement helps this message reach more families. Take your next step. Visit keithmerritt.com/impact/the next level. Subscribe for the latest blog from the Freedom Resource Hub and join the Next Level Resource Network. Choose the hub that fits your journey. Music and speaking, family protection, digital learning, passive income, or Keith's book and reading hub. Press play. Take action. Your next level is calling.